It's a pleasure to welcome you to this interesting and educative platform, Literature Hub 247, where the art and science of literature are discussed. I am Folahan Uyilekon, your online literature teacher. This video is about a non-African play titled An Inspector Calls, written by J.B. Priestley. An Inspector Calls is in the WAEC 2026 to 2030 syllabus. Earlier on this platform, I've done a complete review of this interesting play, which includes the plot summary, the act-by-act analysis, the character analysis, and the dramatic techniques. So you can request for any video on this play. Just make your request to the comment section and the link will be sent to you. So this particular video is titled How the Birlings Impacted on Eva Smith. By now we must have read the text, that is the real text. So we must know who the Birlings are and who is Eva Smith. You are welcome to the classroom. How each character contributed to Eva Smith's downfall, which eventually leads to her death. So we have a list of the characters here. We have Mr. Arrow Birling, Sheila Birling, that is Mr. Birling's daughter, Dara Croft, fiancée of Sheila. We have Ed Birling and Mrs. Birling. So let's look at how each of them impacts on Eva Smith. So the first character here is Mr. Arrow Birling, who is the head of the family. Action towards Eva Smith. She fired Eva Smith from his factory for leading a strike demanding fair wages. The impact, that is the effect on Eva Smith. Loss of income. You know, when somebody loses his job, when somebody loses his or her job, there will be loss of income. Push further into poverty. The link team, that is the team derived from the relationship of Mr. Arthur Birling with Eva Smith. We have team of capitalism versus workers' rights. The next character here is Sheila Birling, who is Mr. Birling's daughter. She got Eva sacked from Millward out of jealousy and pride. Impact, loss of job and self-worth. Loss of job and self-worth. Link theme, abuse of social privilege. Abuse of social privilege. We also have Dara Croft. Dara Croft is Sheila's fiancée, though he is not Birling, but she's Sheila's fiancée. He also have an impact on Eva Smith's life. Dara Croft had an affair with Eva as Daisy Renty, offered her shelter and money, then abandoned her. She abandoned Eva Smith. The impact, emotional betrayal, brief relief followed by despair. Theme, exploitation, illusion of kindness. The next character is Eric Birling, that is Mr. Birling's son. She got Eva pregnant and stole money to support her. The impact on her, shame, isolation, and inability to seek help. The theme, irresponsibility, lack of male accountability. We also have Mrs. Syllabus Birling. This is Mr. Birling's wife and the mother of Sheila and Eric. She did not ever help from her charity because Eva used her name and did seem deserving. She feels that she shouldn't have introduced herself as Mrs. Birling. The impact on her, final rejection, led to suicide. So this singular action led to the death of Eva Smith because she takes her life. Theme: class prejudice, moral failure. So we have Eva Smith as symbol. She symbolizes many things in the play. Out of it is that she represents millions of poor working class individuals. Her downfall reflects failures of society across class, gender, and morality. The story embodies the theme of social responsibility. Now, I want to present a comprehensive explanation of the impact of this character on the downfall of Eva Smith. So below is a comprehensive explanation of how each main character in an Inspector Calls contributed to Eva Smith's downfall, clearly showing the moral values, themes, and social commentary intended by the author, that is J.B. Priestley. How each character contributed to Eva Smith's downfall. So I've presented the summary. This is just a comprehensive explanation so that we can understand this better. 1. Mr. Harold Birlings, capitalism and exploitation of workers. We know Mr. Harold Birlings is a capitalist. Mr. Birlings is the first character linked to Eva Smith. As a factory owner, he dismisses Eva for participating in the strike, demanding higher wages. She and several other workers ask for a small pay increase, but rather than negotiate. Birlings saw it as a threat to authority and profit. He fired them with no regard for their survival or well-being. So Birlings is thinking that they should have negotiated instead of taking the law into their hands. So he fired all of them, including Eva Smith. This act reflects his capitalist ideology, where profit comes before people. It also introduces the theme of social inequality, showing how those in power exploit the working class without remorse. Mr. Birlings insists he did nothing wrong, demonstrating his moral blindness and lack of social responsibility. Throughout the play, Mr. Birlings doesn't believe that he has done something wrong. 2. Sheila Birlings. Sheila Birlings is Mr. Birlings' daughter. Abuse of privilege and immaturity. Sheila, Mr. Birlings' daughter, is linked to Eva during her time working at Millwall's, a clothing store. Sheila used her influence to have Eva dismissed out of jealousy and anger, simply because Eva smiled while helping her. When Sheila is trying to know whether the clothes fits her, so she now sees that Eva Smith is smiling, so she believes she's making jest of her. She now recommends that Eva Smith should be dismissed from that place. Sheila admits she was acting like a child, showing that her actions were impulsive and privileged, not based on any real offense. This is later. She regrets her action. Though her actions seem minor, it has serious consequences for Eva, who lost her job at a time when she was already vulnerable. To her credit, Sheila takes responsibility and feels genuine guilt, showing moral growth. Her change supports Priestley's theme that the younger generation is capable of learning and change. The next character here is Gerard Croft. Gerard Croft is Sheila's fiancé. Deception and exploitation disguised as kindness. Gerard, Sheila's fiancé, met Eva when she was using the name Daisy Renting and living in desperation. He offered her shelter and support, and they began a romantic relationship. Though he treated her kindly at first, it was a relationship based on unequal power. He was a wealthy man, giving charity mixed with affection, and she was vulnerable. Eventually, Gerald ended the affair and moved on with his wife, that is Sheila. Eva, however, was once again left alone, heartbroken and without hope. Gerald's action revealed the theme of male exploitation and how even kind gesture can be laced with selfishness. His refusal to fully accept responsibility shows his moral weakness. The next character is Eric Birling. Eric is Mr. Birling's son. Irresponsibility, greed, and the failure of the upper-class son. Eric's role is perhaps the most damaging. He met Eva at her bar, forced a sexual relationship, and got her pregnant. Eva did not want to marry him and refused to accept the stolen money he later gave her. His action reflects a lack of self-control, moral irresponsibility, and abuse of privilege. Despite this, Eric undergoes a change. Admitting his guilt and accepting blame, he becomes one of the voices of Presley's message that people must take responsibility for their actions. His development mirrors that of Sheila, and together they represent the hope for social change. Two of them against their action, that is Eric and Sheila. The last character here is Mrs. Sadie Birling, who is the wife of Mr. Birling and the mother of Eric and Sheila. Class prejudice and hypocrisy. Mrs. Birling is perhaps the most cold and self-righteous character. Whenever, desperate and pregnant, turns to Mrs. Birling's charity organization, she is denied help. Mrs. Birling is offended by Eva's use of the name Birling and dismisses her story as a lie, calling her impertinent, quote-unquote. Ironically, she insists that the father of the child should be held responsible, not knowing that it is her son, Eric. This is a dramatic irony. There's the use of dramatic irony here. Her lack of empathy, obsession with status, and refusal to see the truth make her one of the harshest critics of the lower class. Presley uses her to expose class-based cruelty and moral hypocrisy. Now this is Eva Smith, the symbol of the oppressed. The symbol of the oppressed. Eva Smith never appears on stage. That from the beginning to the end, we only hear about her. But she's the emotional and moral core of the play. She is hardworking, honorable, and tragic, representing the millions who suffer in silence. She dismissed, humiliated, used, and rejected repeatedly by those with more power. Her downfall is a result of cumulative neglect and exploitation. Her character symbolizes the working class, especially women, who are constantly mistreated by society. Presley uses her to argue for social justice, warning that unless society begins to care for people like Eva, it will face consequences. In conclusion, each character in An Inspector Calls contributes to Eva Smith's downfall in a different way. Through greed, pride, immaturity, selfishness, or cold indifference. Presley uses their interactions with Eva to emphasize the theme of social responsibility, that everyone's actions affect others, and society must learn to care for all its members, regardless of class. So, this is how each character impacts on Eva Smith, the protagonist of An Inspector Calls. Please, if you are new on this platform, try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon to be part of the class. Whenever any video is produced, you are going to be notified. You are going to be notified. Try and invite your friends to this platform. If you have any question or any comment, just send it to the comment section and it will be attended to. You are free to share any of my videos on any social media platform. Thank you and God bless. Let's meet in the next class.